Hey there everybody, it's Mecha Draco coming to you with another episode of Rimworld, and in today's episode we are going to be continuing off where we left off in the previous episode. So as you may have seen in the previous episode, we were starting off creating ourselves a little bit of a hydroponics room. We were going to use this area as more of a, I want to call it a building, like not building, I don't know what the word for it would be. We were going to use it for like a barracks, I guess, is for when we opened up the cryo caskets over here. But I decided that the area wasn't really big enough for it, and it wasn't really like roomy and everything like that. It's not my style of housing. I prefer doing singular housing for people instead of having them be in just one giant barracks. It makes them a little bit happier that way, and in the long run, it helps you out. My only problem, of course, being is that we don't really have that kind of area to work with in this one, so we'll see what happens. But regardless, that's what we decided to do with this particular area. We were working on towards that. We need to still get a bunch of metal for this area, and we obviously still need to get some components as well. Luckily, there's quite a lot of that already over here, so we should have no problem getting more of it as we go along. Now, of course, I am concerned about defenses. One of the things I have actually been a little concerned about, and I want to pause the game right here, is that I don't really have a lot going on here when it comes to different defenses and attacks, like when it comes to being attacked. So I kind of want to construct some turrets to defend various areas around, like defend the two main primary areas, especially up here, because more than likely they're going to flow directly into this section here because of the fact that this is closed off with a door, whereas this area is not. I'd still like to probably place a turret or something like that over here just to have the defense up and running, but having multiple defensive structures and stuff like that over here would probably be a really, really good idea, because we can obviously use this corridor here to defend if they come around the corner or something like that. But we can use stuff like that, but like we can set up our guys with guns and stuff like that, like right on here in the corridor, and just shoot out of it with massive protection ability. But in the long run, we need to have something that can put out a lot of firepower, because if we start getting raids at this point, we are probably going to get hit pretty hard. Like, pretty hard. Now, with that solar flare going right now, it's going to be really difficult to actually do anything. Can I actually have you just go and forswear that? Out of curiosity, does that make you pissed? No, okay. It used to make people pissed when you made them made them wear something. Please don't screw up and waste resources, Kane, again. Like I could really use you to not do that, pretty please. Can we please? Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get that? Because I don't want it. Oh, the solar flare ended. That's good. Sweet. Okay, good. And that's underneath the roof too, so that's awesome. All right, so that's plenty. I shouldn't say plenty of components, because it's really not plenty of components. But damn it, I guess it was just out here, wasn't it? Or was it out here and I just didn't notice? Well, probably it might have been in here, and I just not so much didn't notice, but just out of curiosity, why does the simple meals never get created? Like, I mean, the simple meals should be, like, top priority. Here, let me look at this. Who's our cook? Who's our cook? Ash should be cooking. Why isn't Ash cooking? That's the problem right here, is Ash isn't cooking. She's not doing anything else. Like, she's not doing anything important. She should be cooking. Like, she's been crafting medicine, and I'm not going to deny that that it's important, and say that it isn't important or something, but at the same time, you know, it's not connected to power. Okay, so that's not good. So we want to... Oh, and I don't want you to be potatoes. I want you to be... what do we want you to be? I want you to be smoke leaf. Which means I'm going to cut those plants. And I'm going to make these heal root when they're done. And that's finally done. And we need some more power. And we just need you to go straight down the middle. And we don't have any metal? We seriously don't have any metal? Like, out of all this stuff, we still don't have any metal? Out of pure curiosity, could you, like, possibly stop doing that? Like, please? Just stop. We don't need any more. Like, I mean, we don't. I mean, even if I were to sell the stuff, it really isn't worth all that much. It's not enough. It's definitely not worth enough. Oh, and I definitely should probably do something like this. Just because the battery is, in fact, actually somewhat important. And turn you into your root. Awesome. See, this way, and here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. When we actually get the sun finally growing, or when we actually finally get this thing fully powered. What are you doing? Like, you know, I realize that cleaning is important, and I've made you guys clean and everything. Actually, no, hauling is still a #1 for you guys, but cleaning can go to #2. Like, because I enjoy you cleaning. It's important. I see that. Yeah, you enjoy the cleaning. That's very important. But when there are other jobs out there for you to be doing, especially when it's like hauling, you should be doing that instead. Anything else. Anything else. Literally anything else. Are you serious, Kane? Seriously, Kane? You're screwing up over here. He's our isn't he literally like our best constructor? Yeah, he's like 11 construction. I don't think anybody else has anything anywhere remotely close to that. Kalen has 9. Lupa has 7. The heat wave's finally over, yay. Oh, jeez. Oh, well, this isn't strong enough. Okay. Well, that's not strong enough. So what do we do? Wait. I'm confused. So is it not strong enough, or is it strong enough? How much power is this taking? This is taking 70 watts. This produces 1,000. Each one of these is taking 70, and this one, oh, geez. Okay. Okay. I didn't, okay. Okay. Did not realize it took that much. How much power does this generate? Jeez Louise, even one of these things don't even generate nearly enough. I mean, I guess I could connect it. I mean, I kind of need to connect the power grids anyways. Oh, well. Let's do it. Let's connect them. Not sure how good of a drain this is going to... how good of a job this is... How good this is going to be, but... We might need it. I might even want to try to connect this one over here. Oh, crap. I forgot that there's mud. That's probably the primary reason why I wasn't doing that in the first place. I kind of realized I didn't actually connect it. Like, I made it, but I didn't actually connect the whole thing. In turn, though, I could end up essentially turning this into a second, like power section area. Power area. Awesome. So now we got the sun lamp in the middle here, and this should generate, you know, everything perfectly. Once we actually get everybody in there and actually start doing stuff. Oh, and we could probably do this as well. Because there's no reason not to. Oh, and you are not allowed in here. You are not going to be allowed in there at all. Forget that crap. Because you guys are just going to walk over everything. You're going to pummel everything. You're going to destroy and eat and everything. It's going to be horrible. I'd like you to sow. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Constructing, probably. Which is what he's best at, honestly, but... I always forget the doorway. Always forget the doorway. Alright. So we've essentially got it working. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. Oh yeah, during the night it turns off because just during the night it doesn't matter. At least I think so. I'm not really 100% positive on all of that, to be absolutely honest with you. I believe that the growing, though, in the long run anyways, it doesn't matter. Because it just doesn't connect in that way. Power. Is everything connected properly? Like, I want to make sure everything is connected properly. Okay. And reconnect. Okay. Just want to make sure everything was connected properly. So, and everything is, as far as I can tell. How are these guys doing? They're working their way. We got another day or so before it extends the radius again. So we'll just let it go. I'm thinking what's going to happen is that as this goes along, this will eventually at some point become the housing area. I can make at least 4 houses over here. I don't think I can make the full 6, but I can make easily at least 4 over here. And what I was thinking I was going to do is I'm thinking of getting rid of this section here, and like just if I can get enough components, maybe if another ship or something like that comes by. Yes, finally, that's a good one. Let's go with component assembly next, because that's actually kind of one of the biggest things we need to have. And then immediately after component assembly, we'll go with shipbuilding basics, because we kind of are working our way towards the actual shipbuilding process, but the issue is that we need to have all this other stuff before we can actually get to that point. And miscellaneous, I think it is. Ground penetrating scanner. And does it have a range on it, or does it just show? Downward facing penetrating radar combined with sonar and magnetic imagers allows you to detect but not identify minerals buried deep under the surface. Requires a huge amount of electricity. Right. Which is the main reason why the flick process actually exists. We also need a crap ton of components, and which we do not have because we just use a crap ton of them on that. But that is the reason why we're working towards component crafting, so that way we can actually do that. However, there are other components around here that we can pick up that we probably need to go on ahead and actually focus on a little bit, just to ensure that we get them all. And I don't think there's any more like solid stone areas in this area over here. Aha, here we go. Just a little bit of over there, and I guess there's probably there might be some somewhere inside of these things and all that jazz, but we're not going for the deep stuff. We're just going for the stuff we can see. Oh, we got a blight. Let's see here. Can I cut those before it becomes a problem? And there you go. That's how you solve a blight problem. If you cut the blighted plants as quickly as possible like that, then you don't end up having a problem with blight. Oh, and the reason why the light turns off at night is because of the fact, or at least from what I know of anyways, is because of the fact that these don't grow during the day or during the night. Like, they won't grow during the night, period. It won't happen. I don't know why that is, but they won't. Now, as you can see here, the good advantage here is that these have a 230% increased growth rate. So they aren't going near, like, even these guys out on rich soil. Look, this is all rich soil. They're going to only get in 124, 140, 140. You see what I mean? These things are going to grow 1,000 times faster. Easily. 1,000 times faster. I'm not entirely sure why all of these are so heavily damaged, though. Could be that because of the lack of power or something like that at some point. Blight again? More blight? No, wait, that was a party. My bad. But yeah, definitely do that whenever you get a blight. If you cut all of the blighted plants immediately, then you won't have to worry about the blight. Because if you leave it there, though, it will do exactly what you think it will do, and it will basically destroy your entire crop, which is a bad thing. So, aww, it's too bad. It's Sloan and Lupa. They rejected the thing. Now, question: are they still lovers? Are they still lovers? Feeling terrible, sharing bed. Oh man, see that happens sometimes. Sometimes when they get into they get into a relationship with that, they do a request, and for some reason, and I don't know why this is. I don't know why this is. It really makes no sense to me. But when they do a proposal, like if they do a proposal like the way that they just did, and she says no, then the relationship's over with completely. It's all over, and everyone just stops. And in all honesty, I can't stand that. And the only real reason why I can't stand that is because that's not really how most relationships actually work. Just because you do a proposal doesn't mean that, and just because you deny a proposal doesn't mean that you absolutely positively just want to give up on the relationship altogether. You know, maybe they're just not ready for a marriage proposal, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not how they look at it. How much does this need again? Almost 3,000. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely, positively redunculous. How many components do I have? Actually, quite a bit. Okay, we can get away with it. And it's not like we can't get away with making more floors. And I'm just going to put a second battery in here and just leave it at that. I figured what we could do is I just wanted to extend this out to make it so that we have plenty of room for power. Extra power. Ooh, bandit camp opportunity. What is this one? If I remember correctly, these things usually have, like, you can go and attack them, and I don't know exactly what happens when you attack them. I guess it removes them from an area and maybe gives you some plus benefits or something like that from people. I don't know. I would have to actually, like, look, and I'm assuming it's Ash, right? Yep, it's Ash. With her asthma, her suddenly existent asthma. And what are you complaining about? You're complaining about pants. So you need some pants. He's the only one, right? Yep. Nope. No, wait. Kayloon was wanting some, too. What do you have a problem with? You also need some pants. And I do realize that we are only making simple meals right now. That we are not, in fact, making in any way, shape, or form any kind of... ooh, here, I got an idea to help make this a little bit faster for future uses. Clear all raw resources, wood, critical, and I'm just going to make this important, and this is preferred. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Reason why these is like, I mean, look how many are up here, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of them up here. It might be just easier to have wood stockpiled right here, so that way if they ever want to need or want to refill these, they can just do it. Just do it. Now that did use up quite a bit of our components, unfortunately, but that's okay. We should be all right with that. We should be able to continue on from there. And I don't know if we've actually continued to if there's any other components laying around. And he did say that we construct. Ooh! I did not see that here. We can deconstruct those because those will also give us components. I believe, at the very least, it will in fact make some metal, and we can always use more metal. Metal's always good. Oh, sweet! Look at that. Please don't just leave. Like the components are what like the main thing, you know. Those things deteriorate in the middle, out in the middle of nowhere. They don't need to just be sitting there. Now, admittedly, because I have in fact created these, I am considering and thinking that perhaps it should be a good idea, at least, for us to consider. What's the word for it? Getting rid of them over here. Like, I definitely want to get rid of this one, if only just because of the fact that there's really no need for me to have them here. With those over there, because these are growing literally twice as fast as those are, and we have almost the same amount of space taken up for that. Now, I want the cotton to still be growing. I feel like I don't want that anymore. And you know what? I think I can safely get rid of the corn as well. I like corn. Corn's one of the best things you can grow because it gives you a crap ton of it all at once. But generally speaking, we're actually going to cut all of it. But unfortunately, generally speaking, it takes very long time to actually grow it, and we need space. And this is like a perfect space for us to actually be doing something else with it. I think we could probably be even doing something like this. We could probably put maybe, what do you think, 2 huts in here? 3 huts? Two huts, it looks like. However, we are going to have to manage ourselves around that thing. So let's go with boop, 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 boop. Okay. Over 1. Better idea. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. All right. Always do that kind of wrong measurement. Always do that kind of wrong measurements. Let's put down here. Put those here. We can do floors. Okay, so we got 2 extra rooms in here. But I keep saying that I want to get rid of this stuff, and there's a very specific reason why I want to get rid of this stuff, and I'm actually going to say the reason why I want to get rid of this stuff. For once, the actual reason why I want to get rid of this is because I want to make another house over here, but I want to connect it to the hospital itself, and I want to make it so that the hospital's like the room that's connected here is actually Ash's. I want Ash to have her own house, effectively. As you can see here, oh, sweet. This thing just increased. Does that mean this one's going to increase again as well? Because they were all built around the same time. Okay, there, boom. There we go. That's awesome. That's really awesome to see, actually. So, with all of that taken care of, we actually almost have enough space for an entire house there, don't we? Oop. Breakdown orbital trade. I think Kane's got that, right? Yeah, Kane's got that. He's got that. Boom. So, as you can see, these things are growing very quickly, and with the fact that they are hydroponics and they are indoors and everything like that, with our sun lamp, we are able to do this kind of growing literally year-round with no issues. And there should actually literally be no issues with our growing in this, and we should be able to continuously do so without any problems. The only thing that comes to a concern at this point with all of it is whether or not we'll have enough space to actually hold all of it as it grows, because that rice is going to grow very quickly, and that's going to fill up our coffers, essentially, you could say, very quickly. And so is these heel root. These heel root are almost already grown completely. Same with a smoke leaf. Now the smoke leaf I plan on selling. I mean that's not that big of a deal. That's pretty much the reason why I started growing them. I figured that I could also use it for happiness, and that's usually one of the better things to use that for is happiness, because it's not really addicting, and even if it is addicting, it's one of the easiest things to grow and one of the easiest things to make, so you can continuously make and craft more of it. Let me just see here. Are these guys sleeping in heat out of curiosity? 8 without table. Yeah, you know, I still haven't made a table. I still don't have an actual like hut for them to sleep and to not sleep. I'm sorry. To actually like do stuff in where like they don't not eat on a table. Let me think here. Is there anywhere in particular I could actually put a table? You know, there is actually a little bit of space in here. Let's do it. Yeah, why not? Dining table, dining table. There we go. Because it's not like they can't just go up these middle sections. They don't have to go all the way around these tables. And, I mean, the food's right here. You know what I mean? It's basically right here, right? So that shouldn't be too big of a deal there. And then they'll stop eating they'll stop being pissed about not eating on a table. And what's your problem? Oh, yeah, the proposal was rejected. I don't suppose you are happy about sleeping with her, are you? Yeah, you are. Unrebuffed by Ash. Of course you would be. Oh, Cain and Ash. Oh, poor Sloan. Wasn't he just literally like... No, was it Sloan? Wasn't it Sloan? Yeah, he was rebuffed by Ash. He just literally... Okay, you know what? We're going to get rid of you from that and put Cain and Ash together in here. There goes my idea of making these guys, making Ash have her own little room over here. I mean, I suppose I could still do it. I just would have to make a 2-bedroom instead. And now Sloan and Lupa should have their own rooms. It was Lupa, right? Maybe it wasn't Lupa. No, it had to have been Lupa. I didn't know anybody else who wouldn't. It had to have been Lupa. But anyways, regardless. See, look at that. We've already got like crap tons of things. We're already like growing more and growing more. It's just so awesome. So awesome. So awesome. And why is this one not non-ideal temperature? Okay. So what's the ideal temperature in here for them? It doesn't actually say. Ooh, it is really hot in here. That is very true. Here, I got an idea. Structure. Oh, damn. Never mind. I was going to build like a sort of close off for this. For this stuff. Because this generates heat, obviously. What I could do, though... vents. The wonders of vents. Because this is all generating, obviously, a lot of heat. There we go. See? Look at that. Immediately drop the temperature. By a boatload. Eventually, I might just add a cooler in here, just to cool this area a little bit, because it's always going to be hot in this room. Like, no matter what part of the year it is, it's probably always going to be hot. So I might just add a cooler instead. But obviously, the cooler will not be trying to cool it. It'll just be like an AC unit kind of thing. So, what I'm thinking I might do is I'm still going to consider probably making a bedroom and everything like that over here. At least it seems like the most legitimate idea to do, or legitimate thing to do over here, is to make a bedroom. But I will just add these two. Incapacitated refugee opportunity. Alright. And wow, okay. Well, there's a lot of opportunities over here. This one's less than a day, so I'm not even going to worry about that. I was considering to go and do that with Sloan, but honestly, I really didn't want to risk it. with Sloan and Lupa being in a relationship. Because they didn't want them to, but now they're not in a relationship anymore, and then after they got out of the relationship, it was kind of already too late, so it's not that big of a deal. Precious drink. And then I wanted to consider going. I don't really want to do this one. Ooh. Orbital bombardment targeter. How long does this last? Can I just like get that at any time? I can destroy it and get an orbital bombarder targeter, which would be kind of a bullet, like, amazing. At least it sounds amazing. However, incapacitated refugee. Refugee is a priest. And I feel bad just like not having the person, leaving a person out to die like that. So it kind of feels like it would be the right thing to do. However, a priest is more than likely not going to be violent. I don't really need a priest. I've already got my doctor. And how are these growing? Okay, see, these are at perfect temperature. Our research finished. Component assembly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now, just out of curiosity, is the component assembly in here? Disassemble, make high, blah, 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 blah. Nope. What about in here? Is it in here? Nope, it's not in here either. What about in here? Is it on the smithy? No, it's in the smithy. Okay. It's not in the smithy either. Is there a specific building for it? Component assembly bench. Wow, okay, that's a big-ass bench. Wow, okay, that's actually a really huge bench. Can we squeeze it in there? Holy crap, we can. Awesome. All right, we're going to do that. Seems like the most legit thing to do. Also, out of curiosity, miscellaneous and boop. Do these things actually affect anything in here? Nope, they don't. However, I bet you they affect this thing once it's done building. Caleb, you better not frick that up. Okay. I was like, you better not screw that up. Do we have enough metal for that? No, we do not. Not really, anyways. Make advanced component. Oh, Lord. Know where that's going. Okay, let's see here. We need to make some furniture. Why don't I just copy this? Build a copy. Put it right there. How much of that do we have, actually? We actually don't have that much. I'm surprised. Surprised at the amount that we have. How little we have, surprisingly. At how little we have. Okay, sweet. So now we have used up all of our neutroamine, which means we can, in fact, go and purchase more. We are, in fact, getting a small supply of herbal medicine, as well as having a pretty decent supply of regular medicine and glitter medicine. So we are good to go on all of that. We will purchase some more neutroamine when we have the opportunity to. In fact, actually, let me just look really quickly. Nope, nobody. Okay. And most people don't like us, as you can see. In fact, the majority of them don't like me. The only person who doesn't is them, whomever they are. And these guys are, like, not happy with us. And they're probably the ones who wanted us to do this thing, was it? Yeah. I probably should have done it with them. I would have been probably better off doing it with them had I done it. Oh, well. Shit happens. Alright. Well. Unfortunately, not a lot got done with this one, except that we finally got some tables. We actually finally got some... Oh, you know what? We can probably actually go ahead and finish this up a little bit. And then finally... Oh, man, I totally forgot. And then last but not least... torches. Alrighty then. So I'm going to go on ahead and probably end this episode actually here because I pretty much have done everything I can right now. We've actually got some room now finally for some housing, and as you can see, we are slowly but surely getting these things taken care of. Eventually, this is going to be, the whole area is going to be cleared out. That whole area is going to be cleared out. And that whole area is going to be cleared out, and that's going to at least be enough space, especially when we actually finally get, or when we get rid of this little eyesore here. To actually start getting some of these guys out of there. That's pretty much what we're waiting for at this point. We are just essentially trying to wait for these moisture pumps to get done. Once they are done, then we'll have the space to build some more housing, and then we'll get these cryopods open. My only real concern about that, if we do that, is whether or not we're going to have enough food for people. Because that is a lot of people. That's 6 more mouths to feed, and though we are doing a pretty decent job at growing right now, using these hydroponics for our current 6 people, we are going to be probably looking at we're going to probably have to look at doubling up our food supply. And that means we're going to have to at least move our farming operations to somewhere else, to where we can actually make some decent food, decent large amounts of it at the very least. However, the good thing is we'll have more manpower, and with more manpower we can get more things done. So that is what we are looking for. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and end this video here. If you like this video, definitely, like I said, as I've said at the beginning or at the end of every single episode, and at the end of probably every single one of my videos from here and from on ever. If you like this video, go on and hit that like button. If you really liked it, go on and hit that share button. And of course, if you loved it and you haven't already, definitely go and hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to keep up with all this stuff, if you especially like my streams, hit that notification button, the little bell right next to the subscribe button. If you'd like to keep up with my streams a little bit more closely, you can also follow me on Twitch. And of course, as always, guys, good luck out there. And don't forget to have fun.